morning, Mark Soderberg with ADM Investor Services with your morning ag market outlook for Thursday, May the 8th. Well, quiet two-sided trade here overnight, mixed as we get a little bit closer to the pause. Corn right now is down 1 to 2 cents. Wheat prices down a penny in Chicago. Very little change in Minneapolis and in Kansas City. While the bean complex is pushing near session highs, up 5 to 7 right now in the beans, 1 to 2 better in the meal, while bean oil prices are up about 50 points. Could be a rather quiet couple sessions. U.S.-China scheduled to talk this weekend in Geneva, Switzerland, while on Monday, the USDA will release their WASDE and wheat production updates. Very little change expected to both wheat and soybean old crop balance sheets for corn. Look for a modest cut in ending stocks there. New crop 2025 corn production expected to jump over 900 million bushels to nearly 15.8 billion, which would be a new record high. This due to the higher acreage forecast. Ending stocks are expected to rise to over 2 billion bushels. Take that with a little grain of salt, however. Since 2010, there has been 7 years, 7 out of the 15, where ending stocks were projected to rise over 2 billion bushels in this initial May WASDE report. Of those 7 years, only 2 times did stocks actually finish at 2 billion or higher. So, and that includes the last 2 years. Bean production expected to reach 4.338 billion, a touch below, just a touch below a year ago, despite acres being down about 3.5 million. The trendline yield forecast at 52.5, if realized, would be a new record high yield. The ending stocks are estimated to drop ever so slightly to 360 million bushels. And here too, since 2010, final ending stocks have been below this initial May estimate 11 out of the last 15 years. The average trade guess on wheat production, 1.885 billion, down nearly 90 million from a year ago. Winter wheat expected to drop about 25 million bushels. The average guess is 1.325 billion. However, given recent rains and improved conditions, I suspect these production estimates will trend higher in future reports. No major changes are expected in South America. I do see a 2 million metric ton increase in Brazil's corn to 128 million metric tons. No major changes on the old crop balance sheets globally. New crop, kind of a crapshoot at this early stage. Right now, early ideas on 2025 bean acres in Brazil are up only about 1%. Obviously, a lot can change between now and September when they start to plant with U.S. growing season, along with U.S. and Chinese trade relations having a large impact on that. Export sales later this morning. Yesterday's EIA report showed ethanol production just below the pace needed to hit the USDA corn usage forecast. It's now been below that pace for the last 5 weeks. I don't think you're going to see a change on Monday. However, I think that 5.5 billion bushel corn usage estimate does appear to be in a little bit of jeopardy. Weather-wise, warm, dry conditions across much of the nation's midsection into mid-May will be very supportive for plantings and early crop development. July corn tried to bounce here overnight, although we did make a fresh 5-month low until we get a more threatening weather forecast. However, I think D's corn also appears poised to test its March low at 436.5, came within 2 cents of that overnight, and perhaps the November low at 428. July beans so far have held this week's low at 1036.5. Resistance is at last month's high at 1067.5. To breach this level, I think we'll need to see more tangible evidence of progress made with this weekend's talks with U.S. and China. Wheat prices just continues to grind sideways, consolidating just above their recent contract lows. So far, unable to generate a spark to ignite a short covering rally. Thank you for listening, everyone. Hope you have a great day.